Now we're going to take a look at conversions, converting units of length, okay, in the metrics in the U.S. system. A measurement includes a number and a unit. You see right here examples of measurements. We have the number and the unit, scaling behind it, and then underneath that we have here these units. They can be within these units. Some are measure small uh, quantities, and others measure larger quantities. And these are equivalents is here. So 12 inches is the same thing as 1 foot. 3 feet is 1 yard. 36 inches is 1 yard. 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. Okay. These equivalences can be used to form conversion rates. A conversion rate is a relationship used to manage one unit of measurement to another. For example, because 3 feet is equal to 1 yard, the conversion rate 3 feet and 1 yard, 3 feet to 1 yard and 1 yard to 3 feet are both the same. They're both equivalent to 1. In this one here, they ask us to convert between feet and yards. So when I multiply, I want feet. I want to use the conversion rate that will allow feet to cancel. The conversion comes at the expense of cancellation. So I want feet to disappear, and I want to replace it with yards. Now I think about the relationship between yards and feet, which is 1 to 3. Now when I multiply, the feet cancel out, and I'm left with only unit left is yards. So I have 27 over 3 yards, which is 9 yards. Next one here, I have 5 yards equal to so many feet. And when I multiply, I want yards to cancel out, and I want to replace it with feet. Now I'm going to think about that. What conversion rate do I need to use? 3 feet to 1 feet. So yards cancel out. I'm left with feet as my unit. And 5 times 3 is 15. The next one here, converting units of weight in the metric system. A measurement includes a number and a unit. There's examples here of measurements of units of weight, some small and some large. Now we have equivalences here, how relate the two quantities. 16 ounces is equal to 1 pound, and 2,000 pounds is equal to 1 ton. Now from these equivalences here, we can form conversion rate. Our conversion rate is a relationship used to change one unit of measurement to the other. So in this case here, we have, for example, 16 ounces to 1 pound. The conversion rates would be 16 ounces to 1 pound and 1 pound to 16 ounces. Both of these are equivalent to 1. Let's look at some examples converting units of weight. In the first example here, we have 3.5 tons is equal to so many pounds. So the first thing I do is I change that mixed fraction to an improper fraction. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7, so I have 7.5 tons. And I want is equal to how many pounds? So I want tons to go away, so I put that in the bottom so it cancels out. And I want to replace it with pounds. Now I think about the relationship between pounds and tons. So 2,000 pounds is 1 ton. Okay, so then I start multiplying. Tons cancel out, and I'm left with 7 times 2,000, which is 14,000 over 2, which simplifies to 7,000 pounds. The next one here, we have 62 ounces is equal to um, so many pounds. Okay, so I want ounces to cancel out. I want to replace it with pounds. Now I think about the relationship between ounces and pounds. I see that 1 pound is 16 ounces. Okay, and I multiply, and I'm left with 62 pounds over 16, which is 3 and 7/8 pounds. The last one in here, next one here is converting units of capacity in the U.S. system. A measurement includes a number and a unit. These are some example of measurements of capacity. We have ounces, cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. Now we can show how these small units of capacity match up against the larger units of capacity here. These are called equivalences. So you can see the 4 cups and 4 quarts make a gallon. Okay, 2 pints in a quart, 2 cups in a pint, and 8 ounces in a cup. From these equivalences, we can derive a conforming conversion rates. So, for example, if we have an equivalence of 8 ounces, 8 fluid ounces to 1 cup, we can have two rates from that. 8 fluid ounces to 1 cup, and 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. Both of them are equivalent to one. As I said, I haven't said it before. I'll say it now. Sometimes there is no such thing as a chart that has every possible conversion on it. Sometimes you have to daisy chain some things together. Take two things related to the same thing and connect them to get from one place to another. For example, in the upcoming examples, we'll see that. In this first one here, we have gone from ounces to cups. So I want ounces to cancel out, and I want to replace it with cups. Do I see a relationship there? Yes, I do. 8 ounces is 1 cup. So I can put an 8 here, 8 ounces in 1 cup. Now I can multiply it out. The ounces cancel out, and I'm left with just cups, which is 4.5 cups. The next one in here, they want us to convert 3 quarts to so many cups. Look for a relationship between quarts and cups. Well, we don't see one, but we see a relationship between quarts and pints, and cups and pints. So we can daisy chain some stuff together. We can go from quarts to pints, and then from pints to cups. So I set it up that way for it to multiply out. I want to go from quarts to pints. Then I want pints to go away, so I put it in the bottom and replace that with cups. Then I look at the relationship between the two and fill it in. Now when I multiply, quarts cancel and pints cancel. The only unit that's left is cups. So I have 3 times 2 times 2, which is 3 times 4, which is 12, over 1, which is just 12 cups here. Next one is here we have 42 cups is equal to so many quarts. We don't have a direct relationship, but we can daisy chain some things together. We can go from uh, cups to pints, and then from pints to quarts. We can daisy chain some things together. So I'll set it up to where cups cancel and replace with pints, and then pints cancel and replace with quarts. Now when I multiply it out here, cups cancel out and pints cancel out. I'm left with just something in quarts. 42 over 4 quarts, which is 10 and a half quarts. Now, next thing we're going to look at here is a conversion between US system and the metric system. There isn't a direct relationship between equivalence between US and metric, so we use approximations. And these approximations can be used to form conversion rates. Our conversion rate is a relationship used to change one unit of measurement to the other. So we have 1 mile is equal to uh, 1.6 kilometers, and here we have our conversion rates. They're approximately equal to 1. Now here we're converting between the two. Okay, convert 55 miles to kilometers. So we want miles to cancel out, so we put it in the bottom so it cancels out, and we want to replace it with kilometers. Now think about their relationship between kilometers and miles. And that's how you set it up first, then you do your computation. And I'm left with 88.5 kilometers. The next one here, I have 45 miles because so many kilometers per mile per hour. So I want to convert miles to kilometers. So I'm multiplying here. I want miles to go away, so I cancel it out and replace it with kilometers. Okay. And that leaves me 72.45 kilometers per hour. Now we're looking at converting units of time. And here we have our equivalences here. And from here we can form conversion rates. So we have 5.5 days to go to so many hours. So we want days to cancel out. We want to replace it with hours. And the relationship between hours and days is at 24 hours in a day. So when you cancel out, multiply, days cancel, left with hours. So I'm left with 132 hours here. This other one here, we have 2,880 minutes equal to so many days. So I don't have a direct relationship between minutes and days. I have to daisy chain and go from minutes to hours and then from hours to days. So I know that so many minutes in an hour, 60 minutes an hour. So it cancels it out there. Then hours, I want hours to go away, but I know there's so many hours in a day. So I put 24 or 1. So you can see everything is canceling out. And the only unit that's left is days. And it comes out to be 2 days. The next one here we have converting temperature, converting Fahrenheit to Celsius to give us a formula. Mm-hmm. Convert 68 Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. So I replace that there with my F, 68, and I get 20 degrees Celsius. Next one here, converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. So I replace, in this case, I want to convert 20 degrees to Fahrenheit. So I replace it there and simplify. The last page here deals with something called a conversion chart, which you could use on your test. Here's our conversion chart here. Okay. All your conversions are right here that you need. There's formulas there too. Yes, you can use this on the test.